Hey everybody, you remember her? This is my wife Marvy. She's a little camera shy, but I did everything today to get her on camera, mainly because Marvy is cooking my favorite, which is
Enchiladas de mole.
Enchiladas de mole. Mole is
Mole verde.
Oh, mole verde.
Mole verde.
Mole is that Mexican, very pungent, usually with many different types of peppers. Most of the time it's brown, but I do like the green mole. And when she's doing enchiladas, she's talking chicken enchiladas. And so what do we have here, Marvy? We got tortillas.
We have a corn tortilla, that is one, that is I like it. Not too big tortilla. So, and it's the corn.
Maíz. And so you have corn tortillas, you have the mole, and if I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, you take the mole from the store, any mole, and then you have to, it's really thick, so what do you do to thin it out?
So I use the broth with the chicken boil.
Okay.
And I mixed in couple minutes. You can come in like that. So a little neat like that.
Okay, so this will thicken up as you add, so you add chicken broth to it. I guess you could add water, but you wouldn't have the same amount of flavor. So a little bit, when you buy any mole from a store, it usually comes as a thick paste.
Yeah, it's best, yeah.
So if you go to your local Mexican store, you can get it sometimes in Mexico. They've got like 5 or 10 different types of mole, just these big tubs of paste. And you just buy that and then you mix it. Or you can spend 2 days and make it yourself. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Marvy's made delicious mole.
I cannot do it because there's so many things for making the mole. And I can, but I found that this mole is mole verde. It's a similar when you're making. It's Mexican mole.
It's so green. Verde is green for those of you who don't know Spanish. And what Marvy's doing right now is she's just doing a quick fry, just dipping the tortillas in oil just for less than 30 seconds, even if that. Well, it looks like it's 15 seconds, maybe even 10 seconds. And just kind of getting them just slightly cooked just a little bit in hot oil. Do not make them crispy, just get them wet with the oil. And then this is preparing them for to be eaten, so you'll see how that goes. Oh, why Marvy is doing this? I'm going to play music. I don't call it music, but some people do. You see it on all the YouTube videos for a lot of these van lifers and stuff. So I'm going to play a little bit of that because this is the first and the last time you will ever hear that type of stuff on this channel. Here we go, while Marvy's charging. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's it. I can't cut it. Okay, so that's we're done. You will never hear that type of stuff on this channel again. So, hey, it's okay if you massacre a few tortillas. That's what Marvy was laughing at. She couldn't hear the music because I did it in post or in editing, but I think she'll understand once I edit this video what I just did. So she was laughing because a lot of these tortillas are just falling apart. Fresh tortillas you usually don't have as much of a problem with. And by the way, corn tortillas are far more healthier, unless you dip them in as much oil as we do. But corn tortillas are far more healthier for you than flour tortillas, which use lard and other junk, and they're probably, you know, 150 calories versus like 20 or 25 calories per tortilla. So although I do love my burritos and quesadillas, I have a tendency to prefer to eat more things out of the corn tortillas. Also, if you have a chance to make tortillas, oh my God, there's nothing better. We did that all the time in Mexico. You just get a little tortilla press. You can buy it pretty cheap in a Mexican market. You get the maize, which is in the flour section, the baking section of a lot of stores. Maize, corn flour, and you just add a little bit of salt and warm water, and you make it into a thick paste. Now Marvy puts a little bit of regular flour into it, and she seems to think that holds better. You can do that, but once you do those and just get it warm and then mix up all of that dough and put little balls on and flatten into a tortilla, and then you cook those, I promise you there's nothing better in the world. You may want to turn that fire down just a wee bit, huh? Okay, all right, we're getting there. I don't know, are we going to eat all of this? I may have to get more coffee. Okay, let's play that music again. Disgusting. Okay, stop the music. Okay, so I think, are we ready to assemble? Is everything cooked and ready to go? We just have to assemble everything? Is that it? Marvy?
Now we can get, it's very simple. This. We got the...
We have tortillas, we have the mole, and again for the mole, you just take this, mix it with some chicken broth, thicken it up. Do you have the fire still on?
No.
Okay. And what Marvy did earlier was she took a couple chicken breasts and boiled them in a chicken broth and then shredded the meat. Pretty easy.
This is onions, sliced onions. I would like it having onions, red onions, that is for enchiladas, but I forgot, so I get regular. Actually, is you can use
Mozzarella?
cheese, mozzarella, or
any queso or Mexican cheese if you can find it.
Cheese, whatever you want.
Any soft cheese that will melt easily. If you can't get Mexican cheese, you could probably even do that Mexican mix, which has a little cheddar in there too. If you want, you can do that. And that's so fine it melts very easily. But we're using mozzarella mainly because I'm going to be making chicken parmesan tomorrow night.
Okay. We get we take the tortilla and we can separate and the mole is not okay.
The mole is a little too thick. Normally it should be a little
more water, but that's fine. So put your chicken rolling. And leaving in the other plate. Sometimes it's broken or open. You can put in two, but it's accepted you. Go.
Okay, so what do you do after you get a plate full?
So after this, cover, not the camera. Okay, this is like that. Cover this too.
Now the mole is hot. You want that hot too.
Well, depends whatever you want, because some people like it so cool or hot. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now we can put in cheese, whatever you want it, put in. Some more or a little, but you need to put in the chicken. And later you put in your onions.
Now here the difference between us camping is this is good enough for us, and it may be good enough for you if you camp also, and if you're a nomad. Or if you have an oven in your RV. We don't. I do have an acetylene torch, and we could torch that and melt it. But for us, that's a good enough. Here, hold that up.
That's it.
But if you have an oven at home, it's really that easy to have really, really good mole. I would say, honey, of everything you did, everything's perfect. Probably we should have thinned out that mole a little bit,
Yeah,
don't you think?
A little more soft, a little more wet, but for right now, it's okay.
Okay, so we've got one down. You've already seen everything we got. So if you guys want to try this, if you're on the road and you're following us, give it a try. It's pretty easy to do. Pick up some chicken breasts and boil them ahead of time, and then shred them and get some mole. It's a lot better than your beans and rice or your instant rice or your Campbell's cups of soup. Give this a try. It's really easy to do, right?
Yeah, and good.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, blah 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 blah. Check out our links below if you'd like to support us on Patreon. And otherwise, we will see you guys down the road. Right, Marvy?
Yep. Okay.
Bye.
See you.
Ah!